There's nothing sweeter in life than having the advantage. And sorry, Mephisto, but you're on the wrong side of things today. See, now, Mephisto is Blast, of course, as we all know. So, as how things are, speed-type characters have an advantage against Mephisto, and you would think that, you know, just the value of speed characters has actually increased quite a bit, right? Especially if, you know, you plan on playing this guy, and you know, you want to make progress in this particular game mode. And why wouldn't you, right? The best rewards lie in the most difficult game mode, which is, you know, World Boss Legend. And we have two right now. We got Big Daddy Null, and then we got our boy Mephisto here. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be testing out all the speed characters, and I think I figured out a decent way to do it, and which won't take a whole long to actually test each character, especially the weaker ones. The weaker ones, we can kind of, within like the first 30 seconds, we can determine, you know, whether or not we even go any further with them. And so here are all the speed characters that I have. So I'm missing a couple. Well, I'm missing a few. So Winter Soldier I don't have Ant-Man, Silk and Elsa. Now Silk and Elsa, I don't even think they deserve our time. Ant-Man is very questionable as well. I can't see him doing anything decent here, but Winter Soldier, maybe Winter Soldier with like a really good build and, you know, an energy, maybe a rage. But so here are all the characters that we're going to be testing. Like I said, the weaker ones will be weaved out in short time. I do have two comments that I actually want to pull up, and we're gonna talk about them real quick. All right, first up here on the comments list. Okay, so the Rad Steve says, from my testing against Mephisto, it seems he takes more damage from elemental attacks and has high defense. For me, Judgment and Rage is better than Energy. For Mephisto, it seems to me Netmarble is trying to increase the value of Judgment. Maybe that could certainly be the case. You know, as we play him more, as more people play him, as you know, myself, as I do, you know, some more testing, we could probably put that to the test. And you know, there's kind of a good and a bad to the fact that, you know, Judgment's value is increasing. Because of Judgment's value is increasing, then that, you know, in turn means another CTP's value is decreasing. So Rage, so for, you know, all those who went, you know, for Rage and now have Pierce on their cards and who want to have, you know, better chances at playing, you know, World Boss Legend, it seems like that's just not the case. But all this stuff will reveal itself within time, my friend, within time. All right, next up here. Big Boss 23 says test Luna Snow Judgment versus Rage versus Energy. Okay, first off, I don't think she does well with Energy at all. If somebody has different, you know, a different side of that, if they think she does well with Energy, let me know. But as far as I know, I don't think she does. I think that would just be a complete waste of time. Judgment, perhaps for World Boss, maybe she can come, you know, become a killer for World Boss with a Judgment. But the thing is this, for me anyways, because, you know, I play ABX competitively, and I'm pretty sure that's been tested, Judgment versus Rage in the past for ABX, and Judgment just wasn't cutting it. It was not as good as Rage. So if I did the test, I would most likely just put Rage back on her. But in any case, can let you guys know. So if a lot of people actually want to see that, let me know. We can go ahead and do that, friend. All right. So this is how we're gonna do it. I kind of figured out the quick and dirty for Mephisto. The quick and dirty for Mephisto, and there's also a mechanic put in place that kind of lets you know that the character may in fact be too weak. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's going to be too weak. Like here, I'm gonna take Spider-Man in first. Actually, I'm gonna take Spider-Man in first, and we're gonna use and I'm using Mystique and Valkyrie. So it's stage 9, Mystique and Valkyrie for support, and then I'm just going to give them, and I'm going to put whatever Toon we're using in the leadership position. That's how we're going to do it. And I know something like Deadpool gets his own lead, and Raven gets her own lead, but that's just the way it's going to be. All right, so I'm going to show you how this works. Okay, so you see the brick over the bar with the blast right there. So above the purple bar, the blast bar, his health bar, it looks like it has stone over it, right? And if so if that rage bar, you attack him to fill up the rage bar, and if you don't do enough damage, he goes into, yeah, I have SFX on actually. You know, for Quicksilver, actually, when we test him, we're gonna put the SFX on because there's more hits on his tier 3. Okay, so if you don't do enough damage within this time, within basically the first 30 seconds, you go into this rage outburst phase. I gotta turn my notifications off, friend. You go into this rage outburst phase. But so the goal is, so this is what we're gonna do. Any character that can't push him down quick enough to avoid this rage outburst phase, we're gonna move on to the next, because I don't think they're really worth our time. They're not worth going into the next one. So the quick and dirty is basically getting through this phase and then the next phase. And it's usually only about, some get it done in less than a minute, as a matter of fact. So that's how we're gonna do it. That's how we're gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so Spider-Man was a bust. Spider-Man was a bust. Since we have SFX on, let's just go ahead and let's do Quicksilver next. Yeah, funny story. So I actually did this whole entire video, and all but that first, the first clip, the intro there, had volume. Or well, the only clip that had volume was that first intro clip. The rest, I hit a button. I realized what I did. I'm a knucklehead, so we're doing this twice. We're doing this thing twice here, which is a bit disappointing. But in any case, all right. So Quicksilver, he could be a bit finicky. Is that his proc? So that's his proc. I'm not sure if we actually got it. If we missed this one too, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I could save his tier 3 actually. What is going on here? Yeah, sometimes that. All right, you know what? We're gonna do that again. We're gonna try that again with Quicksilver, because that's the reason why I do not like using the SFX. Okay, first off, Quicksilver with an energy, he's very hard to keep the proc consistent on every single rotation. So there's some rotations you may have to just sacrifice the proc to get it back on the next one. But SFX makes it even more difficult to keep the proc, just because the 5 likes to stick. 5 likes to stick. So he kind of like goes into the animation. Yeah, that's our proc again as well. And it's almost like you don't really want to hit. Yeah, there it is right there. So we're going to actually let 4 play, and then we're going to go 5 and then proc on 2. Okay, if we could push him down here. Okay, we kind of pushed him down. I wanted to save the tier 3 for this phase. Yeah, watch those bars flying. Wow. Wowsies. So 425. 425. And yeah, that's actually about where I clocked him at last time. I think he could even got through that if the proc was actually, you know, on point each rotation. He certainly could have got through that first phase even a little bit faster. But he basically one-shot that phase. That's pretty impressive. All right, let's see who we're gonna take in next here. I don't even know. Next up, the newest member to the team, Mr. Daredevil himself, the man with no fear. And the rotation I'm gonna use the same rotation that I used last time. And I know it's not like the most ideal for damage, but the thing is, it's better for survivability. I'm gonna proc on 4 though. I'm gonna go 4 or 3, 5, 4. And the thing is, like, surviving is most of the battle with this guy. You'll learn that soon enough once you actually get to him, if you're not playing him already. So we had a kind of a little bit of a delayed start there. I think it's gonna be okay. Okay, stop attacking, stop attacking. So I could go like 3, 2, 4, tier 3, and then, okay, yeah, we have SFX on, so maybe I can go 5, proc on 5. That actually worked out okay. It was a really late proc. I wouldn't count on that actually happening every time, so we want to wait for this 5. So you could kind of get funky with this rotation. We definitely want to wait for this. So 3, there's a buff on 4, right? Maybe you could if like... Are we gonna die? Oh, we died. Come on. Okay. So we're just gonna call it, he was at 415 at 13 bars. I'm not gonna, you know, run these a bunch of times. Like I said, I already did this. So you'll get an idea of kind of, you know, where they were at. He was at, you know, 15 or 13 bars at 414. Because, like I said, you know, surviving can be a little bit of a hassle. All right, let's who's gonna be next? Who is gonna be next? Okay, we're gonna bring in Mr. Deadpool in the all white uniform. Yeah, I got all the other uniforms in Mythic, and I got the white one. There's nothing different about it. It's only the appearance. Instead of it being black, it's actually just white. So I feel like he's got a lot. So a lot of his skills have like similar damage. I gotta turn these SFX off. They're getting a little annoying. So I don't think it necessarily matters like too much. Like he has a rage. He has a rage, by the way. So I don't think it matters like too much like which skill I'm actually, you know, procking on. It is all very, very similar. But he seems to be doing okay. Seems to be doing okay. Yeah, if somebody has like a really good rage rotation with this uniform, I'd really like to know. I'd like to know. We're gonna stall on 5 here. Hopefully we get the. Okay, we'll get the proc here. I probably should have canceled 3 actually. So yeah, this will happen here. This will happen, but we'll let it rock, and we will hopefully we don't get caught up here. Yep. See, the good thing about Deadpool, he's got the heal, and he's got the fast movement speed as well. Yeah, I'll turn the SFX off after this run here. I think it's really only necessary for Quicksilver. This is almost done here. Oh, should be able to take him out here. 4 canceled before I actually wanted it to. Okay, so 3, it was at 333 it might have been. I looked away for a second. So 333 with our boy Deadpool looking like a glass of milk too, just like our boy Moon Knight. All right, who's gonna be next? All right, next up is gonna be our boy Doc here. And here's the thing. Actually, let me show you. So I actually stripped this build. You know, he's used for ABX. I was using him for squad battle for a while, and all those empty slots there had Odin's blessings, and he had a fully awakened ISO 8 set. Stripped them down just the other day, and I gave some of his Odin's blessings to Daredevil. Now I think I'm not necessarily regretting it. I think he could. The thing is, I think he could provide some value. You know, popping him in, doing the awaken rotation now that he has a type advantage. But I don't think he's going to be like all that great. Let's see how he does here with this, you know, he's got a bad build. He's got a bad build. Basically just has the rage. He's got 3 physical attack. Ooh, that's it. That's it. And he's got a stage 6 Power of Angry Hulk. I know he can push him down past his face because I did it before. But his survivability isn't like the best, especially for the next phase. But like I said, doing the... So see, he's able to push him down, so he's not like, you know, he's not getting like the you're too weak thing. I think it's basically kind of like Null's version of that in a way, in a slight way. So yeah, you see, like he does, there's decent damage. It's not like excellent damage like you saw Quicksilver's, but it's like okay. But his survivability, like you see that, he dies. So this is where we're gonna clock his time. 409 at 14 bars. For Mr. Doc. I'm not going to try to run that in you know, over and over and try to survive. Daredevil, I know we ran him and we just kind of clocked it where he was at, but Daredevil has definitely a better chance of surviving than Doc does. I'll tell you that much. All right, who's going to be next? I wonder how much faster Doc would actually be with the build that I had on him and in energy, possibly a mighty energy. Now, it just occurred to me because I accidentally had the SFX on for Daredevil, and it seemed like it was pretty easy to avoid the proc going off on the energy and then canceling it into 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 another skill. Like you saw how like he goes into the animation. There's really not a whole lot of hits happening, and then you can go into his next skill and proc on that, right? While you have the shadows, the beams, whatever they are, swirling around. That could be a thing. That could be a thing to look into. Let's run Luna next. Let's run our girl Luna. Luna Snow. Let's see if the elemental damage is in fact OP. Now, keep in mind, some of these characters' builds are a little bit better than others. Like I have Luna built for ABX. I'm really curious. I bet she would get the same increase as Apocalypse. I would almost guarantee it with the Judgment, from Judgment to Rage of Judgment. Now, just like Quicksilver, I'm gonna try and save her tier 3. Actually, I think I'll be able to, and because that's when you want to unleash hell. So yeah, here you go. See, I did not have to use it. Now this is where we want to use it. We want the proc to go off here. He's gonna go into his phase thing, right? Yep. I think we avoided that with Quicksilver, didn't we? Pretty sure we did. Okay, we're actually going to use tier 3, and we should be over here. It should be a done deal. There he is. So 418. 418. I was a few seconds faster the last time I did this, because like I said, I did the video twice now. Well, this is the second time around. She was 422 before, 418 here. That's not too shabby though, not too shabby. Who is going to be our next champion? Okay, here we go, Gwenom. Just kind of getting bamboozled with bad procs here. And like the proc went off on the 3. There was a hit, at the beginning of 3, and the proc went off, of course. Like it never wants to go off when it should. Like right there, it actually went off. But the good thing about Mephisto, unlike no, her 4 actually, she has damage on her 4. So can she take him down here? Should be able to take him down here if we actually get a proc. There it is, 428. 428, not too shabby. She's the fastest yet. She's faster than Quicksilver. My goodness gracious. Can anybody beat Gwenom? I wonder if anybody can actually beat Gwenom. Let's find out. Who's going to be next? We still have Rogue, right? Rogue could certainly beat her. Let's see. We have Bullseye too. We have Bullseye too. Let's see. Who's going to be next? All right, here we go. So I think we're gonna run Bullseye. Let's run Bullseye next. The thing is, though, there's a little bit of a strategy to it. Like, if you want to try to get through it as fast as possible, like whether or not, like I was saving tier 3s, or if you want to save awakening skills. But with Bullseye, I think I need to. I have to use it. I tried. Yeah, you see how fast you actually get through that. It's because you just did enough damage where. But he's getting through this, rather quickly. He is. Wow, 434. That's even faster than Gwenom. Wowzers. Can anybody beat Bullseye? It's like it just keeps getting faster and faster. I honestly was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. Bullseye's build might be a little bit better than Gwenom's, but Bullseye has a rage, mind you. He has a rage. Still, we're not sure if the same thing's happening for Mephisto as it is for Null, at least in terms of energy. I mean, it suggested that in the Apocalypse video, but we can't say for certain quite yet. But let's bring in the next contestant. Come on down to The Price is Right. All right, let's run the sweetheart. Let's run. Well, Rogue's not necessarily. I was calling Gwenom the sweetheart, right? Rogue is Rogue. Rogue is the elemental abomination. All right, let's go. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. I don't. But here we go. Let's see if Rogue can puts it down. She's definitely very good, but can she be faster than Bullseye? I think there's a way, and I'm gonna save her tier 3 just like I did with Quicksilver and with Luna. I'm gonna do that. So somebody said to let 5 play out for a little bit longer because you rack up more damage accumulation. I don't know how true that is. I haven't tested that out to any capacity to see if there's more damage like that. Can you take them down, Luna, or Rogue? 418. 418. So she is on, I think, at the same time as Luna's. Yeah, same time as Luna's. Same time as Luna's. Thing is this though, Rogue, her survivability is much better. Her survivability is much better. I wonder why that is. I would have expected, I would have assumed and guessed that that Rogue would have been a bit faster. That's interesting. Maybe, we'll do some more testing in the future, but for this video, 418 from Miss Rogue. Who do we have next? I think we still have a couple more, guys. Let's go see. Let's go see. I'm a little disappointed in Rogue. I really thought she was going to be a bit faster. All right, so we actually have to run Raven, right? And we're going to give her own lead just because we've been giving everybody their own lead. She might be the last one. Raven might be the last one, guys. Oh boy, can Raven make a dent? I don't know. With her own leadership too. Nonetheless. Wow, what just happened there? Okay, let's we got to restart that. That's a bad omen. Starting the match like that. Like why did that happen? I don't think that's happened to anybody yet. Seems like in the beginning of the match, like you don't have to worry so much about, dying. He doesn't do like a ton of damage in the beginning in this phase, but in the next phase, it gets bonkers. Where's your prop? There it is. Fine. Okay, there we go. See if she can survive this. I'm quite certain she's going to get the rage outburst thing here. Quite certain about that. The damage isn't. Doesn't seem like it's enough here, so he's going to do this purple thing here, right? I'm pretty sure that's what he does at this point. Yep, see the purple thing. So we want to get into this tier 3 animation, but the proc's not activating. You kind of want to hit the. You really want to hit that like 2 when it's going from like 2 to 1. Okay, so yikes. So all that damage was just like for naught. No. Okay, we want to get back up here. Good thing he actually like stops. It's like he stomps there for a sec. Okay, if we run in here, hopefully we don't get clipped. So her time is yeah, it's a bit slow. There we go. Okay, so 346. I'll tell you, the last time I did this, she did clock in at 407. I think we were able to not go through the rage outburst thing, but in this case she's clocking in at 346. 346, ladies and gents. I have to say, guys, I'm having a slight difficult time recalling exactly what I said in this video because, like I said, I had to do this twice because of the volume thing. I accidentally silenced my volume. So when I pulled the when I was doing the comments, right? Like I said, I got that first intro clip, and when I was pulling the comments up, I accidentally X'd out my microphone instead of pulling up a comment, and then I must not have realized it. So, in any case, I'm not sure if I explained that I'm not running Black Widow because she has a PvP build, and in this guy here, Sunbird, this guy, he just doesn't have what it takes, and it's just a waste of time there, and we don't like to waste time. So, the conclusion here, so the fastest was actually Bullseye, 434. So he got down basically in 26 seconds. He was able to get down to that first phase, which is pretty impressive, actually. Quicksilver, not too far being. Actually, who was next? I think it was no Gwenom. Gwenom next at 428, and then Quicksilver 425, and then Luna and Rogue in at 418. Those are the notable mentions there. Not too bad, not too bad. And I want to know if any other characters that you guys actually want to see in particular to be tested out here. I'm going to show you something in just a second. So some people may in fact be excited about this. So if you look, we're so close, guys. 96. We could have had it today. And I'll tell you what, if her potential had been gotten today, the video would have been all about her now. But unfortunately she didn't. She's at 96. I did get his. I still got to make a video on this guy. Just not sure what I want to do yet with him. I've heard some really good things about Timeline about him, that he's taking out sentries and genes left and right, like no contest. So I'm pretty excited about that. So I can give this guy like a full PvP build. Tell you what, I can go all out. I can give him, like a mighty regen, or I can just, or I can test him out with like an obelisk, like something like, I think I have like a decent one actually. Maybe even a greed. If somebody wants to see him with a greed, let me know before I put. So even something like this, I could put something like this on him. I think that's a pretty good obelisk. Guard break, ignore, dodge, and invincibility. Or we could throw a greed on him, and then we could throw a regen on him. We could do something like that. If you guys want to see that, let me know. But we're close with his 73, and then we should definitely have hers tomorrow. So we'll be making a video on her. So look forward to seeing that. But I think that's the conclusion, guys. I'm excited for more speed characters to be put in the game, and I'm gonna have to tier 3 Winter Soldier now, right, to see if he's actually gonna be any good. I have a feeling that he could be decent. I certainly do. But as far as Silk and Elsa go, I can't see them really adding anything. And then you got Ant-Man. I mean, you think he's gonna take Mephisto out with his choo-choo train? I don't know, man. I don't know about that. All aboard. All right, guys. I think that's gonna be it. When I start, saying stuff like that, that's when we gotta cut it. We gotta cut it. So in any case, ladies and gents, you stay tuned, you stay breezy, but most of all, friend, you stay safe out there now. Peace.